Guys, it's that Polish Gamer here, and this is my very first tutorial, and I've decided I just wanted to show you guys how to make an intro, because I used to have an intro, and it was really crappy, but my new intro you just saw at the beginning of this video, and that's what we're going to be making the intro like. So if you don't like that intro, this is probably not the video for you. So you can start out by just deleting absolutely everything on this screen. You want to go to Add Text. A simpler way to do this is to just click spacebar and then type in add text and then click enter and you'll get your text. So to start off, before we even do that, I'm going to assume you know absolutely nothing about Blender. So on your mouse you have a wonderful little scroll button. You can, if you don't click that down, you can zoom in and out. If you click that down and move your mouse, you can navigate around your scene. Now, if you simply just, and that's pretty much the navigation system. If you click with your right or your left mouse button, you move where you move around. See that little cursor there? That's where my camera rotates around. If you click the other button, that's how you highlight things. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go spacebar, add text, and so now we have our text. So how you want to build this text is you want to, first you can press this T to close this tab over here, and then you can just bring this tab open here bigger. Click on font, the little font tab here, it's a little F by all these crazy majiggers here, and what you want to do is you want to go down to extrude. Put it to extrude 0.6. So it's extruded quite a bit. If you don't like that, like I'm not a humongous fan of that, it's 0.5. And then your depth, put the depth to 0.05. Or maybe not quite that. No, not for what we want to do. Maybe 0.02 maybe. So it just kind of has a little bit of rounded edges, but not a lot. So you want to leave all this the same. Offset, we'll mess around with that later. So if there's a specific text font you want, go down to font, this little tab here, and click on the first one that says regular. Go and click on that little thing there. Now I have a font on my desktop, so I'm going to use Hero for this. So it looks like that. And so what you're going to want to do is just click R, Z, 90. So now that your text is centered, you can press S to scale it. So I'm going to make it relatively big. And there's going to be two different types of fonts for my, what I'm going to do, because I'm making an intro for my buddy, and because he doesn't really have an intro. So I'm going to be making that for him, and you get to watch it. So his link will be down in the description. He's BK, so just type in BK. And I know how I'm going to do this. So I'm not going to do that. There's going to be two different fonts and two different pieces to this puzzle. So I'll click space, add text again, and I will just copy everything here. So 0.5 depth. We didn't change. We did 2. It was 0.03, and everything else we left. So tab that, and we'll finish this sentence with K, tab out of edit mode, R, Z, 90, and we'll go to our font tab. We'll bring out our hero text, and now we want to size this to the right size. Boom. So this is two different texts, alright? So how are you going to do this to make it with that awesome effect on the text is click Shift D, and you'll see you have this. Click the right mouse key, and then, so there's actually two things here. You want to move one of them back, and then go into offset, and turn offset up to maybe about 30 or 25. Let's go with 30. So now if you look at it, it's kind of made an outline. Now click on the inner text and turn this down to about -17. Now I know exactly where the text starts derping out, and that's -17. So that's good. And we're going to match the exact same thing over here. Control D, right mouse button, drag one back, turn up the offset to 30, and just right click it, or double click it, just go 0.30, and then click on the inner text, and go down to our -17. Alright, so now that both of our text looks exactly the same, we want to put colors on it. So click on the material tab here, right beside the font tab. To the right of it, click on new, and we can pick our color for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave the circle the same because that really doesn't matter. But let's think of a color, maybe pure blue. Take all that down. Let's get a pure blue. Maybe that'd look nice. I'm gonna make it no green, no red, pure blue. Because then it's just easy to get to the next one. So we're gonna do the same here. Turn everything down. So it's just blue. Nothing else but blue. Now click on the inner layer, and let's turn this to a very, very bright white. So turn everything up to full. And once everything is up to full, you can click on the other inner text, click on new, and just turn everything up to full. And one thing I forgot to say is turn the intensity up, and it'll make it even brighter. Intensity, and so that will make it a lot more crazy. So instead of blue, my friend that I'm making this for, he's a humongo fan of orange and blue. So I'm gonna put orange and blue here, and just turn the intensity up. So that's what it looks like. And now that you can definitely tell that this is BK, what you want to do is you want to press spacebar, add camera. So you want to add a camera now, and an easier way to do this without it being all droopy and rotated is just go up to add camera, and it will be perfectly down straight. So we want to go RZ90, and it'll come right up where we want it. So I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. Click on view, camera, and then you want to open up this little tab here, and you want, oh never mind, lock camera to view. So now you can move it so you have BK or whatever your intro is right in it. So I like to have some space, not quite that much, maybe about that much. And now just unlock it, go back down to view. Unless you have a 0 on your number pad, then yeah. So now we have it perfectly normal. Click the space bar, and then go over to add plane. Press S, and then 10. Now BK is kind of stuck down, so we can definitely bring that up. Alright, so we'll leave it just like that. And it's still kind of cut off at the bottom. It's very simple to fix that. Alright, so now we're going to work with the bottom here. So just take that out and go on to the world settings and just click on environment lighting. So now we can render that, and I'll just so you can kind of see what it looks like. So that's what we have so far. And if you look, you'll notice that some of these shadows, they look extremely grainy. Now you click on the world tab here and go down to samples. This is how you change that. So maybe we want to go 20 or something. Now I'll show you when we render this. It does definitely take a lot longer, so I might just show you with like the K or something. Something that'll render quick. I don't know what that'll be though. But if we look underneath it, the shadows are a lot less grainy as shown on here. So I'm probably not going to stick around to let this all render out for you guys. But you get it. Because I kind of have a slow computer when I'm rendering stuff, or when I'm recording stuff. So we just go back to the world tab and we'll turn it back down to 5. So then it'll be real quick when it renders. So the background color, if you look on this, is extremely boring. It's gray. Nobody likes to look at gray, right? So just press escape to get out of that, go here and click on horizon color. So let's make a very bright blue maybe. And turn our, and let's leave all this the same. These, like blend sky and stuff, it'll just blend it and stuff so it looks better than just a solid color. But we don't really need to worry about that. So we'll just go ahead and render that real quick so you can see the changes in this. So it definitely looks a crap load better. I just sized it better so that it wasn't showing the edges. So now that we have BK, we want to come up with some funky saying. Like for him, it's just do it. So we have our BK here, and we don't want to be able to click one and move it. So click on it, on the text, and click Alt-C, Alt-C, Mesh from Curve Meta Surf Text. And then click on the one in front, do the same, and then open up this menu. You can also do it by clicking T, and click Join. Alright, sorry, you need to select them both, and then click Join. So now if we try and move this, it'll all move as one file. So we'll do the same with this side. Alt-C, Alt-C, highlight them both, join. So now when we move it, it's one thing. Alright, so now we want to kind of make a reflective bottom, as shown in mine. It kind of reflects on the bottom. So what you want to do is go over to here on the bottom, and you can also change the color on this one. I don't recommend it because I like the color that it is pretty good on its own. But you want to open up this mirror here and click on mirror, and let's make the reflectivity a little bit higher. Maybe let's go 500. Let's try that. And now we'll go to render real quick. And as you can see, now it looks kind of like glass or something. Or now it's reflecting the letters. But it definitely does take longer to load. So I'm going to go back to that and go back down to where it tells us reflectivity. I'm going to turn that down to about 0.3, and or actually no, 0.2. So that's a little bit better. So now that we have that, what we want to do is you have all this physics stuff, all these tabs and stuff, and you can honestly make anything you want. Like I might make fluid, like a waterfall or just huge waterfall, just come and like hit everything. I don't know. You can really pick whatever you want. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the world tab, and I'm just gonna click blend sky, so it kind of looks a little bit better than blank. But that's just me. So when we go here, let's click on the text now. And what we're gonna do is we are going to go to our render options. Now don't change, we will be changing this, I just kind of wanted to mention this now. We will be changing it to an AVI JPEG when we're done, instead of a PNG or a JPEG. because when you save it to this, but we have to do that when we're rendering. Do not change that now. If you have, change it back to PNG, or else everything will probably get screwed up. So if we look at this, sorry, it's looking pretty good so far. So we turn the reflectivity down so it looks a lot better. And let's go ahead and show you guys. If you come into here, you can actually you don't want to make this mirror anything. These two don't make a mirror. Only down here should be a mirror. But a shadow could definitely be, you could definitely change this to cast only, so it doesn't receive a shadow, it just casts a shadow. But that's me. I don't really want to do that. I just, you might oh, sorry. So we have two materials, and so we have this done, and we'll just be using this in the animation. So say you want something to fall from the sky. I'll go over that in part 2 because I think we are way over time. So I will talk to you guys later in part 2. So have fun with whatever you're doing right now. If you like this video, then like it, and if you didn't like this video, then dislike it. 'Cause I don't really, I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. So peace out.